Not even you, a god of destruction, can tell me what my limits are. That quote from Goku within this episode of Dragon Ball Super, I think, describes his character perfectly. Just his stubbornness, who always, surpasses limits. And I believe that within this episode, Goku has shown Beerus that he is willing to basically break down all the barriers that kind of keep him down, and he just breaks past his limits again and again and again. And even though he doesn't technically win the fight against Beerus within this episode, and we have the conclusion of the fight, Beerus still sees Goku as a formidable opponent and wants to see Goku get stronger. And even Whis actually ends up saying this to Goku as well. Overall, this conclusion to the Beerus versus Goku arc and the fight that we got in this arc, I think it was done very, very well. I'm not going to say that this was the greatest fight in Dragon Ball history, but I think in terms of power, this is definitely the strongest two opponents have ever been in a fight against each other. So how is it going, guys? I hope you guys are having a great night so far. We are on Dragon Ball Super episode 14, and like I said, this is the conclusion of the Battle of Gods arc within Dragon Ball Super. And I just gotta say, the battle sequences in the beginning parts of this episode were really, really good. I really like the moments we got of them going back and forth, clashing with their fists, going from the stratosphere down into the ocean where they were fighting, and Goku was still on the ropes within this entire fight. Even though his red aura has dissipated and is gone, he still is able to keep up with Beerus and has adjusted to the godlike power, and it burns within him, which I think is really, really cool. And Goku, even though he's on the ropes, is still giving it his all against Beerus. Beerus is still toying with Goku throughout this entire fight, and they end up, going back from the ocean back up into space, and we get this moment with Goku and Beerus. Like, Goku is basically at his limit right now, and he's basically telling Beerus, Beerus, you are the strongest opponent I have possibly ever faced. And Goku still does not want to give up because the fate of the world and all of his loved ones are still relying on his shoulders. But then we have Beerus just basically come up to an exhausted Goku, and he goes to flick him on the forehead, basically saying, when I first fought you, I took you out with a flick to the forehead. I feel like it would be poetic justice if I also ended you with the same move. So he goes to flick Goku on his forehead, and Goku begins to fall to earth. And it's at this moment that Goku remembers, and he starts to reminisce about all of his loved ones, like Chi-Chi, Gohan, Goten, Vegeta, Piccolo, everyone down on Earth that is relying on him. And this sparks that fire within him to reignite and actually break his limits in a way, go back for round 2, 3, 4 with Beerus, and then we have the final Ki blast confrontation between Goku and Beerus, with Goku delivering his final Kamehameha and then Beerus doing his final energy Ki blast. And what's weird about this once they collide is it seems like they create a star in a way. These two energies collide and they just form this bigger giant Ki blast, but it seems to resemble like a small star, and it's really cool to look at. So Beerus, I just love how he just looks at this and then starts pushing it down on Goku, starts flicking it down on him, making it bigger and just expand in size. And Goku just, surpassing his limits, ends up, punching this energy star just out of the sky. It disperses, but this ends up, depleting Goku as a whole. And it's at this moment that he's talking with Beerus as he's kind of basically unconscious, just basically saying please don't destroy planet Earth. And as he's falling down to Earth, you actually see Vegeta finally move from watching the whole battle. He utters his first words in quite some time, basically telling Trunks and Goten to move. And Vegeta catches Goku right before he hits the floor of the cruise ship. I love this moment too because Vegeta actually, took the time to actually rescue Goku. You would have never seen that from Vegeta in past arcs in Dragon Ball Z. So this just, again, goes to show Vegeta's development as a character. But I love the banter that they have going back and forth where he's like, God damn it, Kakarot, I gave you my power so that way you could actually win this battle, not lose it. If I give you my power, at least actually try to win. And even Goku is just yeah, thanks for the catch, best buddy. So it's very cool to see that moment between these two. But then we're just left with Goku basically out of juice right now, and everyone else of the Z fighters is basically ready to go up against Beerus, even though they know they have no chance of winning. But then Beerus, right when it looks like he's about to destroy planet Earth, he ends up falling asleep, which is also very odd. So it actually seems that his fight with Goku tired him out. Whis comes in, and I just gotta say, Whis for the win. I love Whis' character, and just when he comes in is just basically looking at Beerus seems like his fight with Goku seemed to have tired him out. I want to thank you, Goku, for actually, doing this to Beerus. And, he's talking with Goku, and he says some surprising things where he's actually like looking forward to meeting Goku again, and it will actually like give him like a favor later on down the road. So it seems to be setting up more interactions with Beerus and Whis with Goku, which I am much looking forward to, because the more Whis we get, the better. But they end up actually leaving. But there's actually a side note I want to talk about, because Whis brings up the note. It's like, all Beerus likes to do is sleep, eat, and watch a little thing you like to call TV anime. So Beerus is an anime fan, which I thought was very funny. I got a good chuckle out of that line, and I'm not sure if that was actually within the subbed version, but that could have been an edit from the dub. But honestly, I laughed at that moment. I thought it was very funny. But then, so Whis and Beerus end up leaving, and so now the Earth is safe for right now, at the moment, until, you know, another threat ends up coming on down the road. But it turns out, as Whis is taking Beerus, you know, as he's like sleeping back to his home world, turns out Beerus was faking it the whole time. Beerus did not want to destroy the Earth, so in order to get out of destroying it, he ended up just faking falling asleep, so that way, you know, they could just leave and actually keep the world intact, and then probably come back for more foods whenever it suits them, so that way they can enjoy pudding or pizza or any other type of food that they want on Earth. And even Bulma is actually really happy to provide this, because as long as it provides the safety of Earth, they're okay with that. So give them a pool full of pudding and they're going to be set. So I really enjoyed the endings of this episode, and I love the moment too with Goku and Vegeta, because Vegeta is making a promise right now to Kakarot, basically telling him, I'm going to surpass you. I'm not going to do the same thing you did to achieve this God form. I'm going to do it between hard work alone and surpass the God form on my own merits. And that's just Vegeta's character in a nutshell, and it's going to be very cool to see what he ends up doing, you know, to surpass Goku in his God form out of his own hard work and determination. And then also, you know, that little side note from Piccolo basically telling Goku, it's like, how long have you actually been watching us when we were fighting Beerus? And it turns out Goku was there the entire time as Vegeta was fighting Beerus, and just wanted to watch Beerus, you know, trying to like see how his fighting style was, so that way he can analyze and actually come up with a strategy against Beerus. But knowing Goku, he just didn't come up with a strategy, so he would just sit there watching everything unfold, which I think is also very, very funny. And then also the moment between Gohan telling Goku that he's about to have a baby, but Goku kind of just shrugs it off and just is like, hey, the food's pretty good, isn't it? So overall, this episode is just very, very good. I like the conclusion we got to this arc right now, and I'm really looking forward to see where we're going in the future arcs to come, and just to see how the dub handles the content we're about to be getting. Because so far, I think the dub has been truly amazing. I love getting to hear Sean Shimble's Goku, and then also get to hear like Piccolo and Vegeta of Chris Sabat talking to himself. I really enjoy it. So I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think of this overall arc of the Battle of Gods? Did you think it was great? Did you think it was good? Did you think it was meh? Like, let me know your thoughts down in the comments of what you actually thought about this episode, whether it be good or bad, and the same thing can go for this arc. So leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you guys feel like subscribing and are fans of Dragon Ball content, feel free to do so, guys. I would love to talk with you guys down in the comments and just get your overall thoughts on Dragon Ball Super moving forward. Anyway, guys, that's it for this review. Episode 15 will be out next week, so until my review on that episode comes out next week, I'll talk with you guys then. All right, guys. See you later.